Good morning and welcome to today's channel. As we do see the 30-minute getting oversold here and we tap into those shorter time frames and we see there is 5-minute divergence, that means that the market most likely here is going to attempt some kind of retest. What would it be? What would it be retesting? Well, it's going to be retesting these sellers from yesterday. So what we'll look for is a retest into those strong sellers from yesterday. And if we're able to figure our stuff out with a higher low, we will be able to go to the upside. That would be a fantastic move. So we'll watch this level right here very critically if we ever get there today. Not a guarantee to do it, but the signals are suggesting they would like to go reach up and see if those sellers are serious, and that's how I see it for this morning. You have the daily expected moves in the bottom right corner for you. I have the second standard deviations. I just don't want that to be too close on people's radar just yet. We did put it out on Patreon, but that would be up towards what? Hey, a breakthrough of this. Remember that we need to break through all of those big sellers to be really back on the bull side, in my opinion. So this run right here, if it takes us up into here, yeah, we'll see if we can reject and actually end up going where? Going lower, maybe to 575. But if we're able to figure our stuff out and end up seeing this peak its head above like 593 today, maybe even extending to like 594, and then we're able to pull back to go reach down and find buyers, ooh, the game is changing. We're just saying these type of things because we don't know if this was part of expiration. We don't know if this was just some kind of volatility spike to grab liquidity, or is it going to be the roll moment? So this retest up here will tell us a lot, and I'll pay attention to it, especially on shorter time frames on my other screen for you guys. Course channel for calling him a sellout because he did a lot. Bro, okay, so why did Court... Okay, it's so funny you mentioned that guy. I've never watched one of his videos. I've never watched it. And I didn't click on it, but yesterday it popped up on my main feed for my like premium YouTube. And I was like, that's really weird. And I just kind of like let it play. You know how you like let it play to see what it's like? Bro, the amount of editing that goes into that guy's videos is just like insane to me. He just edits like it's like every 2 seconds was a cut, and I was like, oh, so you have time to do that. Like imagine, like, I don't know how. I'm like, if you're an actual like trader and you're paying attention to markets and like you're trying to help people out, I'm like, I don't know how he has time to sit there and put a little cut edit in between every single like 5-second clip. I was just like, whoa. I was like, either you got a team or what, but I was just like, if you're editing that much, man, I kind of doubt that you're really doing that much good. Coors, Michael, or Michael Coors. Isn't that like a purse or something? Michael Coors. I think my wife has something like that. But anyway, yeah, he must have a team or something. Because I was like, if you're doing all that editing, if there's that much editing in it, like all I do is cut the damn thing so it's not like, you know, dragging out an extra few seconds in between each stock. Matt, that's it, yeah. Well, and the other thing is that style of content, is that really helpful with all that editing and special effects and all this stuff? It's like, you know, you have to know when you're watching a show versus like watching someone, I guess, trying to actually give you education. Education versus entertainment is very important to understand the difference, right? Education versus entertainment is kind of the difference there. But either way, just funny that he popped up on my screen, and I was just like, why is there a like an ADHD cut every 3 seconds? That's all. One thing was the yields. Yields look like they could back off for a moment here. I think it would be interesting if they did. Like I said, though, this is still positive, right? This is why I waited till the end of the day to make a decision, because I go, ooh, if we break, remember when I drew this? And I go, if we break through that, though, it's going to be really bad. And you broke through it, so it can be really bad. You're even seeing pathway higher. So if the 2-hour does pull down, yeah, you can go fill this gap and things like that. I'd probably mark that like little box off right in here and just be like, I'm expecting a bounce from yields around that area. This will be interesting though, because you have TLT outside of the weekly expected move. So this will be kind of interesting to see what happens with yields, because they still have this like lip, this extra lip 4-hour divergence. So if you're able to collapse here, that would be even better. That would mean you would have to take you through this low. You'd kind of see something like this, and then you would go bam, bam to go down lower. So it's a very interesting time for yields. I'm having a hard time making a decision with my TLT play, to be totally honest. I'm like, I see something that looks like, hey, we could reverse around. We're through those critical levels and yields can't go higher. It's really causing disruption in the market if we're going to, see some kind of bull run. So I'm just like, on that end. But then on the actual like price end, you're like, this is extremely bullish for for yields right now. So kind of a rough spot there, I think, for yields. I hope that by the end of the day, it kind of clears things up. Oh yes, because the past, right? The market's all it's just the same exact cycle every 10 years, right, Richard? Right, Richard? Yeah, it's this everything's the exact same every time. You can literally just take a picture of down here and put it that over here. It's I mean, I don't disagree with like 630 for SPY. I think we'll see a good run. I just don't think that I would rather this happen. This is what I would rather happen. Because right now you're getting people saying what 630, and then you got other people saying like 500 or whatever. So at this point, you want to kind of be the guy in between. You don't want to be one of those guys. You want to say, hey, if we do this and we do this, we can go to 575. Right? That's the better guy to be. The guy that like at least makes some kind of common sense. If we go up to there and we reject, 575 is on the table. That's it. You just want to be like one step ahead. You don't want to be 8 steps ahead. And then you would say, what? Well, if this trade just like blows through, I don't see the things I need to see in here to get into the trade. I don't see that dignified like lower high on a shorter time frame that breaks us down. Okay, then what if we're actually doing this and we tear to the upside and make that new high? What are you now? Well, you're flipping back to your bullish, right? Because look at this. Bam. And then remember in here, this is shorter time frames, but all of this pretty much area here is that lip, right? And then you do this. So if you see a moment where you like break through, you're going to come probably back down to that area, or you're just going to squeeze off to the upside, right? That's how this is probably going to work out. Now, as of this moment, you should be leaning towards what? Well, technically, you should be leaning towards the bearish things, right? This is bearish, right? We're actually negative. This is overextended down here, but it's still negative. We see that if that went up and retested here, it would just be another push down. This is kind of like its own move right now, so maybe it wants to go one more time, right? So paying attention to in here is going to be critical, and you want to be very critical of like a 5-minute, right? So with this like 5-minute, if you see some kind of like 2 squeezes higher or something like that, right now we're heading down. But if you would see something like, oh yeah, we're going, baby, and then it gets up to this area, and then you see something like this, then you just go, oh, we're heading down, right? And if these buyers don't step in, these buyers don't step in, you kind of like look at those areas very critically. But after that, you're just like, okay, well, we're heading down then. Because your 30-minute is so negative. So we'll look for something like that. Still looking because I know that bill passed. Today's internet sucks. That's why I'm a billionaire, Richard. Let's load some boats, man. JP Morgan is gonna say I say 550. I would say 550 is an okay. It's okay. I think you're like 3 steps ahead, and that's perfectly fine. You just Yomar, I'm more saying like how we break down to there. First to me looks like retest like 588. I would say 590. Retest 590, and then I can talk more about like the next breakdown, and then we'll talk about the next retest, and then it might be 550, right? I just think we're in the first like phase of going bearish still. That first phase being we saw the dip down to go bearish through the bearish levels. Now you're looking for phase 2, which is some kind of retest, and if that retest then hits and you reject and you go, okay, I'm seeing the signs of a downtrend here for the shorter time frame, or just a 30-minute crosses down into negative territory, you're like, okay, I can go down to 575. From 575, we can retest and go down again, right? I would think you would want, Yeah, you would probably want a 3 push lower though. So you would only want, and this might already be it. I don't know how Elliott wave people count it, but it's funny as he said 555, he will flip bearish. No. That's exactly correct, Richard. So I'm gonna read Richard's statement real quick. What's funny, and this is another, just trader, right? What's funny was he said 555 and he will flip bearish. I thought, Lucas said this is where most people will flip, and then the SPY will go right back up. That is very correct, and you're looking for that level now. Do you know the first level that could be at is like right around that 580 to 585? The second level is 575. The third level is gap fill towards 564. The fifth level is going to be what? 550 to 555. And if you go all the way down to 550 to 555, you're going to see all of those people get really freaking bearish. That's why I would like a like 2-week pullback, because then everyone's going to go bearish. You're going to see calls really cheap, and you could probably just like throw out 2-month calls for like 2 months if we end up hitting something like 564 or 575. We see it really ugly here, things like that. So yeah, the mentality of the people is very big. I'm going to show you why. I'll show you why 550 to 555 still isn't bad. I would more say 555 isn't bad. 550 is where you're playing with danger. But all you have to do is drop the zone. Literally just drop the zone and say, hey, okay, if we lose that, we'll be worried. But where is that? Look at that. That's 549. You could tap all the way into the bottom of this, fill this gap, and still be bullish. Like bullish, like really freaking bullish. Look at this run. If you tap down into here at all, people are going to be like, oh yeah, look at the gaps down below. We're filling these, so we have to fill these. And they don't realize like, oh, this is a retest here. Just like we're retesting the upside, now we retest the downside, then we break through that upside. That's how this works. This goes, and what you would like to see before this, by the way, is this. You want to see that first. Like that would be best case scenario, is you go like this first, then you come all the way down, right? Mid-June. You go into that 562, we see what the mentality of traders is like, and if that starts to whip back up, that's when you break through, and then you'll retest and go higher, right? Go higher. And then we got to talk about reversing the trend around towards mid to end of July. That's the best like way I think it lines up, but it doesn't have to go the way I line up, right? My job is to look at those shorter time frames and see if what I want to happen or can see coming is happening. Right now we're seeing down. Dramatic down enough to make us go, ooh, the 2-hour getting up to here is a little rough, but I could still see it. You think we're going to flip the gap like down here? We're not doing that this week. We are not heading down here at all this week. If you are taking puts at the lows for these levels, we are not heading down there this week. We can head down there once we retest 590, 588, and then we roll, and then we hit 575, and then we bounce up and retest again, and then we roll, then you're at 565. Like to get to 565, it's going to take like a week or 2 weeks. You do not have, if you are seeing also the news right now, what are they telling you guys? Like, what is the reason for all the selling? Have we heard all of these things before? The answer to that is yes. The answer to that is yes. We've seen all these things before, but they're acting like they're unknowns. Like they're producing it and putting out articles and everyone's talking about it. Like we had no idea that yields going up was bad. We had no idea that the deficits are bad. Like we had no idea that we're in debt. Tariffs, we had no idea. Tariffs have gotten so much less uncertain. So what this means to me is they are telling you things that we know. I'm just going to write no, but they're acting like we don't know. So they're giving you like I want to call it like a known unknown. It's like they're forcing you to think you're in the dark, but you have a flashlight. That's what it seems like to me. Like the credit downgrade was a reason, but that reason was shrugged off, right? Either that or you're getting delayed reaction for expiration, right? I think you could have got, I think that's reasonable to say. Like the Moody's should have gotten a bigger reaction down, but we got a delayed reaction because we had VIX expiration. They wanted to push it down lower before we actually got the pop of volatility. That is an argument. But for now, it's just, you know, we're talking about all these things. I think it's really interesting. It's good to talk about those things. I think it's good to keep your blood flowing, the brain flowing, and thinking about these type of things. Are they actually like really bad things that are going to send us past the previous lows? No. So if you start to see a time where we're at lower levels towards 565 and you see the news saying we're hitting 500, oh, estimates of 500, this is 500, if you don't see price action telling you it's down, it's going down there, then it's not going down there. That's how it works. Maybe the U.S. should consolidate all their debt. Well, the problem with, I believe, debt consolidation, if I'm not mistaken, I've never had to consolidate debt. Thank the Lord. But if you have debt consolidation, aren't you like not allowed to spend? You're not allowed to take on more debt if you consolidate debt. So technically, if they were able to consolidate their debt in some way, they wouldn't be able to go into more debt, which would actually be way, way worse for GDP. You would see like a negative 9% GDP. I don't think you want that. Why is Bitcoin up? Because it keeps just curling up, man. It keeps going, keeps going. Oh, I did want to mention this about Bitcoin. I hope I'm not wrong here with a daily pullback. I still think we peak our head above and then we come back down to this area. But I wanted to look at this 4 hour and just say it is ramping up, dude. Like, look at that. Like, I was looking in here, and I just wanted like a spike up and come down. But look at this, man. It's ramping. I think you might hit. I think you could see this thing surge. Now, in a regular way, right? Surge as in like this, right? And this is actually what I think the SPY will look like eventually. I think the SPY will look like this when it's going up to and past all-time highs. I think it'll be shorter time frames than this, like a 2 hour, but I think you're going to see a lot of this type of behavior. So if this is just going to keep ramping, look for those shelves all the way up to like 129K. I don't see enough here to say like, oh yeah, this is some major thing. You literally could just do this again. Right? You literally could do this first and then do it. So Bitcoin looks extremely good. All right, let's go look at the SPY as it's opening up. We see that the 30-minute here, trying to head to that upside. We've got, interesting, okay. So if you wanted to, we could do 5-minute price action. If you guys want to look at some other charts, I am down with that as well. Just depends on you guys this morning, all right? You guys have full control. Bounced right off of 580 support. Yeah, if you include extended, we did drop right down to 580 and just bink right off of it. Now, you didn't set up divergence or anything like that, so I'm disappointed. But it is a chance to say, hey, the boom kind of came in at that level. We'll see if it booms today. Palantir is flying. Yes, I was looking at these names this morning. Stuff like SoFi, down at weekly expected moves, guys. Patreon members, make sure you're looking for the ones that are down by those weekly expected moves, tapping into what? The zones, right? We said, look for us to try to tap into this gap. Let's see if we were able to get there. I mean, this is the perfect level to get to, is that wick. But we'll take the full gap. Bam. Wow. Spot on for Palantir. Yeah, these are more names. You're looking for the opportunity for a swing trade. This doesn't mean this has to be something fantastic yet. If you look at your 30-minute and you're looking at that and you're going, hey, do I have divergence down here? What do I got going on? I would potentially wait for this retest right now, right here, because that's how you head down. Take this back. Palantir takes this back. This is how you read into this with price action and make a decision before the 2 hour turns up. You see this. And then what's it going to do? It's going to shrug off, right? It's going to come back down into those buyers, maybe even go all the way back down to the gap. But once you see that new high, and you'd rather it be above here, but I think this one would be good enough. And if you don't make that new low and you see this thing curl back up, you try something in here and you see if you can take it past that level, right? And then you say, okay, 2 hour swing trade. Where's my upward weekly expected move next week? It's very, very cool. JP Morgan dropping to the downside, right? Breaking through everything to get to what? This gap. That's like the last thing you have here to hold yourself up. So JP Morgan at a critical point here. We can see there. Bam. It needs to hold this level. This is a very worrisome sign right now that you're about to go break this low and create that pathway even further down. So you want a snapback from JP Morgan. That's what I think for JP Morgan. Or else that thing can do what? There's your low. All right, it's going to snap that, come back up, get a big reaction, go to those sellers, and then go again. Right? That's how head and shoulders, or I mean, that's how cup and handles form, right? Cup and handle. Everything has a pattern name, but everything is described in price action as well. Heading to the downside to start off, so that 5 minute is able to curl down for the time being, heading lower and lower to start off the morning. We will see how people are positioned as of right now. The CPC last night coming out at 0.89. If TLT hits, I don't know about 80.90, but 82.50 is where I just buy TLT blindly. How low can she go? Looks like for today, we have priced in from the options market 577.27. I'm looking for the I think the 580 test during market hours would be very nice to us. Give me one moment, guys. All right, we're back. Back up on AMC. What a roller coaster. Whoa, GME's got a little 2% run. So it looks like for now, the small caps, they're doing a small caps. So we'll look for a run from small caps and then look if that rotates into like Qs and stuff like that. That'd be cool. Palantir's moving, GME, AMC's trying to move, DJT, SoFi, they're all moving right now. This is good for GME, you just don't want it to look back. GME is doing what it needs to do right now. It needs to take out that high to keep it like squeeze worthy. Higher lows. No pathway higher yet for from the 2 hour. Pathway lower for the 2 hour actually right now. We are beating the sellers as of now. We'll see if we can continue to beat them. And then you just have one little area right here, this wick that you need to worry about. But you're breaking through the bulk of them right here. See if you can continue to break through. No wick. We want to burst through that. Yeah, small. And then Google's still going. Look at Google trying to do another one. Look at Microsoft. Microsoft looks like it's going. Super interesting that the SPY's actually falling right now, but setting up another potential divergence point. Did we actually tag a 580 though? I don't know. I don't know if I think this will be interesting to see if we're able to build something here right in the middle of this. But we need to see that reaction. I guess you make some divergences from this level on the 30-minute. 580, 579. You're not all the way there at all. This would be nice. It would be nice to get a hint here. Morning, Tony. How's it going? If this fakes out downside, I'll show you how it fakes out downside. I'll show you how you get downside from here. You don't really have it. This is your attempt. This is really saying right now, I'm going to try to do this, and that'll be good. And then you really want this to be a strong move out the gate. So you don't have to dip all the way back down into here. I don't think this is like guaranteed. Obviously, you're stair-stepping your way down. So I'm more just looking like, do we see this? If we see that, we can go up a little higher, up a little higher. If I see a 5 push into this, though, yeah, that's going to be a rough spot. Unless you get news today. You know, didn't that bill pass? Oh, yeah, VIX doing VIX things, man. VIX setting up some divergence here, by the way. Flat on the MACD, down on the RSI, just so you're aware. VIX setting up a little 30-minute divergence saying, hey, there might be some weakness here. Watch if we break trend in some way. Breaking trend for a pullback is still breaking this. We could do something like this and react back up, right? If we're able to break this here, I think we're going to shoot down to 1683. It might be like a stair stepper like this. Scenario number 2 is this one. Scenario number 1 for volatility, where it just pulls back, is this one. Pass the House, not the Senate. Yes, the bill passed in the House, not the Senate. Okay. Rocking full port cash options. Hell yeah, dude. Just sketchy, man. AVGO is kind of strange to me. These guys have been holding up pretty well. AVGO has. Now you can see that pathway down for the 5-minute. We've gotten that rejection. Do you see what we're looking for from the 30-minute? This is a good example. Where are the sellers? This little bar right here, right? You could probably just mark off that entire bar and just look if you reject from it. When you get a nice seller bar like this, it's very nice. You see it very simply. What do? Hey, you go up. Yeah, we're going to do this. We got divergence. We're going to take it back, right? Oh, we reject, right? We reject down. And then you can probably even look like 1 minute and see, oh, okay, so we just went, and then we, right? You kind of showed like, flop. But that, that's getting real technical with it. Now, you might be trying again very, very soon. You're always ready to flip back and forth. Because if AVGO just goes like this, right, and then retests and breaks through all those sellers, right, you have a lot of sellers to break through here. Look at that bar. You literally have a massive amount of sellers up here. Let's just mark off the bar to where any kind of wicks came in there. And you're like, wow. You have to get through all of that to be bullish again. And then you're going to do what? You're probably going to do this. Wham, wham, wham. If you go bullish, that's what it would say. So pay attention to your 5-minute. That's what I would say. See if it shows you that pathway higher. The good part for AVGO is it's already done this. It's already cleaned this up almost to a T. But this is very, very nice. So now you really don't have to be worried unless AVGO starts to lose this, and then you're probably looking for that moment, and this would be the timing. Oh, I lagged for a second. So yeah, AVGO is interesting to me. I think it's a lot like everything else. I think everything wants to bounce to retest things. I think that's what it looks like for the time being. Let's see if we beat this high. Sorry, YS, I saw you say like, man, internet sucks this morning. And I was like, oh shit. My boy Wise, man. Apple is in an interesting spot as well. It can, I believe, let's see for Apple. Yeah, Apple is at a very interesting spot for the week. It is suggesting it needs to curl up and see upside into Friday. If not, continue. It can continue downtrend. You see where that would happen right there. See the big sell bar? Okay, reject again. I think you could see a bigger reaction here. I think you could attempt this, get all the way up to here, and then see if that lower high just barely comes in to shoot you lower to take care of that gap. And then you actually see something like this. That would be nice for Apple, but that would take you into next week, so I'm not really liking that too much. I would like this from Apple now. I would like it to go through that high, show a little resistance, come back down, and then I want it to break through. Break through the sellers. That can happen next week. That can happen next week. Or else you're just going to keep doing this. It's just going to be over and over again. Okay, gap in the sellers. Oh, sellers. Oh, sellers. Oh, right. You want that to stop. You need a new high. Oh, I want this zone up for now. We know what we're looking at down there. Let's see what you guys are chatting about. You're paying attention to those Qs levels. Look at the Qs as well. Qs, I would like 508. 508 would be fantastic. I just think you get retest first, right? I think if you get retest first for the Qs, then you go to 508. Maybe not. Maybe you just go to 508 and you see if you can just build back. Like snapback kind of news. I would like the Qs to test like 518 first. You full porting again. Up 300% as of yesterday. Let's go. Netflix is down one tick. Well, the excuse to sell this week. Can't believe it was 20-year auction. Yeah, it's 20-year auction, and they really had to say like 4 things to get you to believe the sell made sense, which is just hilarious to me. So they're grabbing. I still think that at the end of all this, it's a grab of liquidity for another move higher. Whether it's a grab of liquidity for the summer run or if it's just another run higher, that's where we'll have to see. Do I have a juice box this morning? Yes. Am I a child? Yes. The timing of it is what's interesting. That's why the timing of it is interesting. You're like if we're gonna run during the shortened trading week, well then that takes you yeah, that takes you through the weekend over here. So that'd mean you're gonna close outside of your monthly expected move. So I don't lean towards that. I think if we see this, it's gotta be quick. So the monthly expected moves have me leaning towards this scenario so that we head down into next week or anything like that. It's either we head down or we see a rigorous move up and then we head down and then we maybe turn around. That'd be cool. I don't know. Either way it goes, I'm happy about it. The timing of it is what's the difficult part right now. This run, this was even more irrational than I thought it would be. I thought that zone was possible, but I thought we would see 590 resistance and then just pull back to like 575 right away. So it never plays out the way that you expect. Not perfectly, at least. Not like the past, right, Richard? I'll keep my eye on shorter time frames over on my other screen, by the way. Maybe I'll look at those Qs shorter time frames with you. Okay, Q's very nice. Actually setting up the higher low for the Qs, though. Not like the SPY. SPY actually made the new low. The Qs did not. I'd be watching the Qs for a little bit. See if they can get that break above like 516.50. That'd be pretty nice. But SPY looks like it's in a rougher spot. See if the Qs can roll here. If they roll, what do you think? 510? I don't know. 508 looks a little low for right now. That's the only problem I have. It follows fractals to a T. Yeah, all you have to do is copy paste, bro, and ask AI everything. IWM, I kind of like what the stocks, like some of the smaller stocks are doing, but IWM is tapping into the bottom here. So IWM is taking care of all of it, right? So if we follow IWM's pathing, then that would say like we don't get a retest, and we just go. Like, look at this. You want to see the opportunity? Look at IWM. That's kind of crazy. IWM is doing what? Well, it broke out of the zone. And overall, you kind of have two. You have one big zone right here. This is a big one. One big zone right there. You're crossing through the center probably to take care of some gaps. So what I would be paying attention to is the other one. It's a little bit tighter. It's right here to about there. Yeah, that's pretty spot on. I'd be looking for that level right there. 200 on the dot. Woo, 200 on the dot, baby. That means maybe this just I don't think SPY catches that though. I think IWM bounces. I think IWM will bounce from one of these gap fills. This is the box that it can't lose. It loses this one, it's bad. And these are not the right weekly expected moves. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, that lower high just barely. And you never really got a retest. Probably an extended you did. You kind of want one now, though. That's the thing. You kind of want this. Retest the bottom of that, then fall down. Then you can figure your stuff out and you're done. All right, so maybe we see further pullback from IWM. Yeah, further pullback for IWM. That would be nice. That's what the 30-minute would like. Either that or a massive reaction to retest and then a massive reaction down. I'm leaning towards this. Next week, we see a little bit further. Let me look at weekly moves before I say that. Really depends on the spine. Like, it depends on if you beat the new high. Where are we at right now? We're at 202. Yeah, so bounce makes total sense from here. Slow, long bounce up into a drop, and then we come down into next week. We take care of that, and then we curl to the upside. That would be fantastic for IWM. If the SPY would do the same thing, that would be dope. But I think the SPY does it exactly how we've been talking about it. I think this retest might go bad. We drop down a little further, get past like 580, like 578, 575 even. It depends on how long this can elongate. Yeah, I would really like that. These are just ideas, by the way. The important thing right now is to be looking at those shorter time frames probably and figuring out like, hey, does everything look good? Qs are doing it, Tony. Rule number 1, stocks always follow a fractal. Rule number 2, if stocks don't follow a fractal, find another fractal that they follow perfectly. Market dips even a little. People panic sell. It changes the dynamic. Yeah, but you'll have smart people will have orders at 575, 580. I mean, yeah, I think you'll have orders there. I like 510 for the Qs. 508 right now is too much. Unless we get a retest first. If we go up from here and then roll, I would like 508 or even 507. Yeah, 5 minutes trying to carve out that higher low, which is very cool. It's trying. It's really trying. It's doing it within the selling. So it's like, it's trying. No, I think 518. I would look at 518. I like 518.50 personally. I think 518.50 is like spot on. Is there a reason why Bitcoin is going this hard? People keep buying it. That's it. It's not seeing weakness. It's not rolling down. I literally talked about this morning, and I was just like, man, you might pull back here, but you could just pop the fuck off. Like, you can. This could be one of those crazy times because look at this ramp up. I was talking about it trying to pull back with like, oh, spikes above, and then you see it pull down. It didn't pull down. Like, it did right here with a wick, but my goodness. Look at that 106.212 we marked off. Look how important that level is, too, as far as resistance and support. It's so cool to see. But you're getting up there to where this divergence just makes no sense to pay attention to. So I think this continues. I don't even think you get a daily pullback here anymore. I think you're going to like go sideways maybe. Worst case, maybe use 106 over time, right? Drop, 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 drop. People panic sell, then you turn up. But I think you could just literally do that. I don't know. Bitcoin, for me, I still would like it to daily pullback. So this is what I would like. Or even deeper than that. But the way it's shaping up, it's like this could easily just go like that and start going again. It's doing a lot of good sideways behavior. So what you do is you look for the next time it does that, and then show the way higher, retest, go again. Right? Create those highs, show the way higher, retest, go again. And it's probably not even a retest because it's Bitcoin, right? Thing likes to run. Let's go into the 5 minute. Let's really dig into this morning. We need to take out the what? This level right here. We got to take it out. Yep, we've got to take out that level first. You would like to see a bigger move here. I don't think you want to see this little thing right there. Right? I don't think you want to see that. That adds up to we're going to maybe reject here. I think you want to see a massive thing. You want to get there in one. That's what I think. I think you want to get there in one, have this be 2, 3. And then you go boom, boom. That's what I think. I think the direction is you can only go up. You can't show like a break of the 9 thoroughly again, use as resistance, that type of deal. I'm kind of in that boat, Anthony. Nice job, Coulter. What's the Googmeister doing? Is it still running? I noticed it tried to gap up. Yeah. Look at that Goog, man. Take out that level, then... Oh, man. Yeah, Google's the only thing, like, holding up everything. Google's the reason the Qs aren't... Google's the reason the Qs aren't able to make the lower... Or the lower low. Oh, my goodness. 510 still possible. You are correct. As of right now, we'll see if we take out 516.33 is what I see. Whoa. Richard, sell everything. Richard, sell your puts. Oh, shit. This is kind of what I want, though. I want the market and GME to start squeezing. I want the market, GME, and AMC all to start squeezing today and tomorrow. This would be so fun. I want the market to start squeezing because what happens is the market and AMC and GME, they all squeeze together. They've melted up together a little bit. And then what I want to see is, this is the behavior I think would happen, is I want to see this go bam, wham, wham, wham. That's what I want to see. Into Friday. That's what I want to see. And then I want to see this go bam and see GME just take off on a Monday or a Tuesday, I guess, shortened trading week. That'd be fucking cool. I don't think that's what happens. I highly doubt that would happen. I think it's more probable that that thing just rejects and turns down. They always turn down. I'm drinking my juice pack. Yeah, everything's shifting to positive. I'm just looking at the Qs right now in the shorter time frames. Like I said, I'm looking at the Q. I'm looking at the shorter time frames over here. So you've created the space for 510 for sure, but you're still running up. Let me look. I mean, I bet I could do my 1 minute terrible analysis over here. Oh damn! You retested the first buyers at 515.12 there, and they stepped in. Oh boom! There you go. Oh boom! There you go. Watch for squeeze. From the Qs breaking through. I don't want this to stop. I want it to be one. If we're gonna build back, we need one massive push into the sellers, and then we need to retest these buyers and see who wins. So I want the SPY to do this. I want it to rip. If you hear gross sounds, it's me drinking my juice pack. I want one. Oakland, what do you want? I want one big push. into this area. I don't want to see this retest here. I want it to go. If we get a retest now, we could build up into a... We could build a 1, 2, 3 straight into this zone and then just reject. So, okay, good. Yeah, you want this thing to go. Best, absolute best case scenario here for a test of 600, or sorry, this is the Qs. For a test of 600 is you go wham. I don't know if that's very likely. I'm more like, okay, do this, then do this, then do, or yeah, just one push, bam, bam, and then you break through, extend it out. That's what I would like to see. But this first push has to be a big one in my mind. I like the Qs here. I don't even know if I have the right levels marked off for the Qs because I didn't talk too much about them. Nice job, Chris. Qs have made the new high. The SPY has not. This would suggest some interesting things. And if you guys want to look at other stocks over here, I'm still watching the shorter time frames on my other charts. Damn, just break above 590, and I feel much more comfortable. One push break, tag of 590. I will accept a tag of the daily expected move. It's just we're going to need to see an equal push if we do that. Where'd that pull down into? Probably like all the way down in here. Right? And then I want that to be like an equal move. Oh, God, you're playing with fire. You need to get above that high. But that'd be a good sign. I want a big push. Google is absolutely helping it out. Trump needs to get on and be like, hey, we got to pay. He needs to give the news a reason to pump markets. That's what I think. Give him a reason. It's like, if you don't give us a reason, then we're just going to go cheaper. We're gonna make people go cheaper, cheaper, cheaper. I fell for all the dudes that bought puts, even though QQQ was definitely showing it didn't want to go down further. Coulter, just utilize those weekly expected moves. Anytime you see like a rapid move below it or anything like that, you just go, okay, I wasn't in the rapid move down, risk off. Like, just take the money off the table. These are here for a reason. And they will do things like this. Well, they'll make it look terrible all of a sudden. And then you're just like, okay, but options market needs to grab liquidity and it'll bounce. Literally, like, if I shorted here and I didn't see any of this, I would have held so I could see this retest. I would have given it the chance to retest, and then I can make a decision here and make that money back. I can minimize the loss, right? We might do something on that too, minimizing losses with price action. There's like 3 price action videos I want to do. So, you know, if you're getting that course, you're straight up going to get a ton of new stuff. And if you already have it, you're going to get a ton of new stuff. You don't ever have to pay extra. Once you buy the course, you own it. 586.92. 586.92. 586.92. I guess you would be testing these guys again. Oh, a little peak above. Okay. This is where we can go retest lower level, but this is a good sign. You just don't want like something little like this, right? You want this to go, okay, showed you. You want like a wick down and then a wick right back up and it starts going. That's what I want. Come on, give it to me. I'm ready. We're doing short time frames for the last like 2 weeks. I can't wait till we're not doing short time frames anymore. My hope for the SPY, if we're going to go higher, we'll use the 5 minute to explain. So if we're going to go higher, then I want to see a massive move like this. I want it to break through all of this, like even that 587.70. I want it to break through. At least get to that daily expected move. Have those sellers shape up, right? Show up. Take out every single thing that could be, used as a high. Come retest the buyers, then actually go push higher. And this is where I want to see a new high above these levels. That level from yesterday that was critical, I want to see a high above there. I want a massive move there, and then a little dink and go again. I want this to I want this to take off. Now, if it's not going to take off and we just see this, into this, or like something little. Sorry. It's all, what the fuck is going on? It's been laggy too. If you do this and you do reject from this type of area where those sellers first stepped in from the downturn, right? The bounce failed there. Those sellers clamp down and then these buyers show up. You're kind of going into this area, and that's a worrisome sign, especially when you do this. Bam, that says we're heading down. As far as price action goes, usually I don't try to dictate price action this much, but we're really digging into it lately. Yeah, Christopher, that's my mental. What I would like to see is a 30-minute 2 push higher. Oh, keep going. Come on. We didn't even get the wick down. I thought we could get a wick down. Did the Qs? Qs could wick down to like 514.50, 515, 514.50. I hope that happens. I hope we break this and do it. That's like perfect for the Qs. Let me adjust the daily expected moves, by the way. I don't know why I didn't adjust those yet. Let's see here. We have 506.98. And to the upside, we do have 519.10. Let's look at that level. Do you see how that's like the perfect sell level? That's why you want to burst up to it, show those sellers for a moment, and then you want those buyers to win down at like 514 to 515, and then you just curl up, and you need to take this out, in my opinion. You need to wipe out all those sellers with a 3 push higher, and then extend it for 2 more, or 1 more. That's how I see it for now. SPY's not showing us the way just yet. Yes, give me that wick down. SPY, if you're looking for a wick down, you're looking for 583. You have made the pathway higher, so 583 would say a good area. Bam. And then you kind of have like stop, reward, bam, bam. Like I said, I'm not someone who uses stops. I manage my trade like within it. I don't trade 5 minutes. Yeah, just keep going. Yeah, let's look at JP Morgan real quick. I still don't mind JP Morgan. It's on the, you would say, struggle bus, right? Hasn't fully done something awful yet. You're just going into the first set of buyers from this move, which is kind of fine, and it's drug out for a long time. A long time. Looking at 5 minute, what high do you need to take out? First place you need to take out is 262 to start that uptrend. If we're being serious here, though, where's the real sellers? Right here. Okay, so this is where you watch out. You watch out right there. Pretty much that 263.52 is a good line to put on your chart right now. And if you see just like 1, 2, 3 reject, that's bad. So what you want from JP Morgan is to show, I'm booming. I got 5 minute divergence. I'm going to go tear, then come back, then go again. You want this to tear through this level. You see those sellers. You don't want those guys in this. You don't want them messing with you. If you do want them messing with you, you would tag that, drop down again, and break through them and show a nice upside move. So we know that the seller bar is here. If the 30-minute can curl up and you start, and the 30 minutes different, right? Everything's different on different time frames. The 30-minute says you need to take out 266.69 to be bullish again. So you need to see like wham, pull back, go again. And do you see how that 5 minute move would help you out? Yeah, something like this. That would be a good way to do it. That says you got a shot here. Look at your weekly expected moves and things like that. I don't think you're outside of a weekly move, are you? Oh yeah, you're right down to it. Like almost on the dot. It was like right there. There's your weekly expected move. So watch for this though. Right? That could be the 1, 2, 3. Oh. So I don't mind JP Morgan. I think on the 2-hour time frame as well, you're still positive. So if that 2-hour just curls up at any time, you take back certain levels. Really, when you take back this and retest, you're pretty happy with it. Your 2-hour is going to cross up once we actually cross through this high, by the way. Once you actually see this, the 2-hour is going to say, oh yeah, I'm good. And then it'll probably pull back and you'll be mad at it. And then it'll go. I like this look. I don't think that'll be a 2-hour pullback in here. I think that's a 30-minute, by the way. So this means look for it to go up, because right now on the 2-hour, what are you doing? Well, overall, here's the buyers. We go up. You come into those buyers. You go up again. That's theoretically what you want here from the 2-hour. Do you see how it changes? Price action can change like the ideas based on the time frame. Very nice from the SPY so far. What else we got? Keep my eye on it. Did we peek our head above? Hey, we peeked our head above on the Qs, Tony. We peeked our head above that 517.43. I think it could roll, but it's just where would that roll take place? Right? So where's the area I'm worried? Right here. 262.90. So if you just see one push, or 2 5-minute pushes, but one 30-minute push like this, just straight up, watch for that to hold as resistance. And then if the buyers don't step in here, you're done. Right? So you're looking here at like, okay, boom. Risk is there. Reward is probably like 258. Right? So if you take it in here, you go, okay, risk reward. So yeah, you're looking for rejection from about, I'd say 262.80. Yeah, pathway is still down. Pathway's down for now on the 30-minute. Tesla, haven't looked at Tesla yet. Look at Tesla, man. Look at this crazy shit going on with Tesla. Right now, you're supposed to head down. You make higher highs, but you also make lower lows. Got the megaphone going on. Megaphone. You look, oh. Or the other way. It can go the other way too. I don't really like this too much. So what do you need to see? Right, well, first round of sellers, we're already there. So we're looking for a blast off. You can react in these sellers and give the chance for the fight between the buyers and sellers right here. And then you head higher. You don't want to make a new low again. I don't think you want to make a new low again because this megaphone's starting to get 3 touches on both sides. So once you get to 3 touches, it starts to be like 4 and 5 are real risky. If you reject and you touch that downside again, oh, you could break through. And if you wipe out these buyers, you're breaking through, man. You're going down to like 317. And then if you show a way lower here, well, then guess what you're going to do? You're going to roll that, and you're going to end up where? Into our zone. So important point here for Tesla to see something big to the upside, in my opinion. So far, rejecting off. This is not what I want to see. I do not want to see this. This is adding up to... this is already giving me worry of, oh, we're not going to see that extended move, right? We're going to come and retest those buyers now. Then we're going to go. I already don't want to see, I don't want to see any weakness in this move. Like one retest on one bar is fine, but if we see that multiple retests, I'll be worried. Oh boy. Wiped out the first buyers, going for the second ones probably now. Looking for 583.15. Qs can hold up at 516 or 514.90. Yeah, I wanted to give you a thorough one there, Justin, but you just need a lot of time. You did something awful, so you need time to build back. I nod. Ooh, 5 minutes gonna look nice. You're gonna try to go up here. 30-minute needs to take back at least 3650 to be back on the bull for INOD. Actually, no, that's a 5 minute. 5 minutes doing what it needs to do. It's taking out 3550. That's good. Look for the retest to fill that gap. I would look for 3480, 3474, all the way down. You can go all the way down here. So you can, this is a 5 minute. You can retest all the way down at this gap if you need to. 30-minute for the time being. You're looking for rejection all throughout this bad boy, though. To take back bullishness, you got to take back this high for INOD. You need to see that go, because the more likely thing is you're going to see it run up and then just cross back down. All right, so you need to see like an explosive move that then you go grab buyers and then you head up and look at this right shoulder that could have been like right here. You're looking for the same thing from like SPY and stuff. What's up, Noah Horton? How you doing? Okay, you get one retest, SPY. You get one. All right, Qs are in the first level. We'll see if the buyers step in. Buyer, next round of buyers. If you lose that in about 1 second here. We're not losing it yet. Hopefully it just hits the first round of buyers. Yeah, we can look at NVIDIA for a sec. NVIDIA for the time being really was like, hey, we're going lower. But really, like these areas here, these are gaps where big serious buyers were there, right? So this is a good area to get to. You would look for us to fill that gap and look at the play, like the, look at the like, I don't know how to put it. I don't really know how to put it into words, but just look how strong the sellers came in, right? Look how strong they came in here. So what do you think you got to wipe out to go up? You got to wipe out all of those sellers, meaning you need the buyers to step up big. Meaning also is more likely to do what? Come up into here and then just go, oh, roll it, right? Roll it. And then go down into what? Well, where were the serious buyers down here? Next block, right? Next area where the buyers were. Maybe right in here. Maybe you just include all of this. Do you see how you're just in a huge zone? So I'm inclined to look for gap if we roll again. Once we start getting a gap, it's like, why not just fully retest the damn thing? Yeah, I'm not happy with NVIDIA's look right now. It could be like sell off before earnings or something. Wednesday, 2 days. Yeah, sell off a day before earnings. Yeah, it's not what I want to see here. Okay, that's not bad. We'll take it. Sell off of our earnings as a gift. I'd probably agree with that. Down towards 570s. If I see today's push, I can tell you 575 is pretty probable. If I see today's push, we can start to read into 575. But if we get a mega squeeze here, all of a sudden, it changes. Let me go use the restroom real quick, guys, and I'll be right back. We're back. That scare you? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, yeah. Apple looks like a rejection there. Apple might roll that one more time. Oof. Oof. Not a good place to roll for Apple. You're praying that a buyer just steps in right now for Apple. That's in a risky spot. Hate to say it. Looks like we might see the test of like 1480 for QQQ. For the SPY, we are still looking for like 583.25 would be nice. And then we see if a buyer can step in there. GME still going. Hey, Richard, sell it. Jesus. Stop shorting the damn thing. No, 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 no. Short the high. Short the high. No. Looks good. Cool. We like it. We like when AMC and GME do cool things. That's fun. Doing what it has to, man. Just doing something a little nonsensical. Even giving pathway higher for so even if it goes and fills that gap, it'll still be okay. Wow. 575 on the SPY starts to become a lot more probable if you break this low. Or at least 577. You can just melt down there. Right? If this is just going to fail, then you're going to see this low broken. You're probably going to see like wham, like hard push down, push it again, push it here. AMC, you dirty duck. Tap into it. Oh my gosh, we're just barely not tapping in. Uh, uh, uh. All right. Hold on. Right here. And dink. Okay, buyers have to step in now. They can hang down there for a bit. This is like the opposite of what I want to see. I want to see boom. Yeah, now we're breaking it. Come on, buyers gotta step in now. Looking at 5 minutes these days. Ugh. Home sales weaker than expected. It's getting close, man. It's true. It's true, Charlie. It kind of is true, isn't it? No. People want to try to log into my social media I don't use. Might as well get rid of it. Just totally be like, nah. If it doesn't go to 588, what happens if it doesn't go to 588 and rolls from here? If it rolls from here, you look for 575. If it rolls from here, you just restart everything. One thing to notice about this move is it almost looks 5 push lower, which means a corrective move here would kind of be bad. So anything up here is bad. But yeah, if you don't get 588, you just start over. And it would probably be like 1, 2, 3 down. You'd probably get 3 stair step down, little like 2 stair stepper. You're not leaning towards that right now. You saw the new high. You're leaning towards support in the big bar, wedge AM. You got to see if that can happen. Once we lose that bar, you go, oh, watch that low very closely. Show you that pathway down. Then you'll probably flush, honestly, and then you'll retest those levels later. Shorting here, it can make sense for like a 5 minute. Actually, I don't know. I don't think these levels really make sense to try to short, honestly. Oh, that's not the type of thing you want to see. You don't want to see that. I don't think you want to see that at all. So let's see if we break the low now. I mean, like, you're going to think it made sense, right? Because it's like, oh yeah, it's down. I shorted here and it goes down further. That is most of the time that's not the case. Most of the time it's, oh, we're down below the weekly expected move. We bounce, then we go lower, then we see a divergence, right? So really you want to see a high, right? You want to have some conviction at a key level and just be like, okay, now we go down, right? That's better in my opinion. Like, it can be right. I'm not saying it can't be right. It can be right. But it's like, is that going to work for you more than 50% of the time? Because way more than 50% of the time, you do this first. So if you buy it here, are you going to hold it all throughout this? Hold it all throughout this? Theta decay? How long is the option? I think Anthony, I think the way this is shaping up already is looking like that opportunity. Especially if we see support here. I don't know. This is kind of weird. Interesting. Go look at the keys. The keys were like easier to read, I think. Keys should be tapping into like 514 something, right? 514. Yeah, they're right there. Perfect. It's like exactly where you want to get to. And then this is where the buyers have to step in for the Qs too. It's just this bar is ugly. You don't like that. Now go Qs, go. We need that buyer to step in. You got to go. I don't like how JP Morgan isn't going up. My IQ is running, man. Hell yeah. My dad's going to call me all excited. Dad's going to be like, fuck yeah. He calls me. You know what he does? He calls me and he goes, all he does is, I go, hey, Dad. He goes, you see I on Q today? I'm like, yeah, I saw it. He goes, did you talk about it on your channel? It's a pretty good stock. All right, good. Come on. We had to get a little deeper for the Qs. That's where they have to step in for the Qs. It's like on the dot where you want them to step in. That's really good. Oh, I just don't want a 3 push from the Qs here. You need like that 5 wave. JP Morgan, was there even a bear opportunity? Pathway lower. Sellers, there's the bear opportunity because you made pathway lower to say, hey, we're going to dip down. So if you don't beat this high, you're going lower. But you didn't know that this waterfall was coming at that time. But if you break through these, that's where, if you want to break through those, that's the goal. But It was right here. See the sellers in this big bar. See here, the low. I believe you made pathway lower, right? Yeah, pathway lower on the wick. Then you try to reverse it around, but 1, 2, 3 on a 1 minute, and you just crash it down. This is suggesting, it is suggesting we continue if we can come retest 263. Yeah, the way this is shaping up, it's looking like continuation later. It might still be retest up here first. Palantir, let's go. See, Palantir's doing it. Palantir's doing what I want. Just a big ass move. Just a big ass move up. Go, go, go. Then, you know, convince everyone to sell, sell, sell. And then you go, 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 go. Right shoulder that could have been. And then you break through that high. Break it. Break it. Break that high, damn you. I'm not even in Palantir. Why am I rooting for Palantir? Or just keep going, dude. Keep going. I'm down. Come on, they have to step in this bar. If not that bar, you're like, oh, maybe we test the wick, and that's always a sketchy, sketchy business. The Qs stepped, like the buying stepped up for the Qs at the perfect spot. Like perfect. I noticed that AMC and GME, they're still kind of going. Now, never turn down on a 30-minute, guys. Squeeze it. Buys at VWAP. Yeah, it buys in here, but if you look at the Qs are in the perfect spot. Literally perfect spot. Look here, right here at the wicks. Right there. Look at the big candle right here. Look in there. Ooh, nice. It's right in the middle. Oh, you'll love it. The old dick twist. Yeah, I'm not like I still think I would rather see the daily pullback first for Bitcoin. I don't know if it gives it to you. You might just see sideways though. You're seeing a lot of like up, sideways, up, sideways, up, sideways. Which is kind of nice. That's kind of what I expect for the summer. I expect it to be like extremely bullish. Not a bunch of gaps, just like that. Slow grind higher, grind sideways, slow grind higher, go sideways. That's what I want to see in the summer. Just like bull market. VIX with weird lisp. No, it's probably me. It's probably me and my gay voice. It looks like it's a bear flag on the 1 minute. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's no way I'm bearish here right now. Not yet. This is when it tries to reverse around on you. I'm praying the K away from your voice. Nice try. You should hear my cousin. I got like 2 cousins. We sound like awful. We all have kids now, so it's really funny. My family shows up to a baseball game. We're like, kick that ball, or kick that. God damn it. Oh God. Oh, we're screwed. Hold your bat up. I never. I don't know. Everyone wants QBTS. It did just break through. You can't talk badly about it. I mean, you can't talk badly about a stock that's behaving like that. It's just insane to the upside. It's very good. You're looking for a 2-hour pullback though. You want a 2-hour pullback anywhere from like to like $14 all the way down to yeah, you have potential to go all the way down to like 1105. You don't want to lose. Yeah, it's really bullish, but you don't really want to lose like 1030, I think, for D-Wave. But I'm not really paying attention to that stock, being 100 with you. I just care about what the spot, like I care about the market right now. Q's to a T, perfect spot. It's just not the strength. I need to see a boom soon. What caused us to fly up to 517 on the Qs and we hit 510? People buying the Qs at 510. More people decided to buy the Qs at 510 than sell the Qs at 510. That's what happened there. It's exactly what happened, actually. Oh, I know, Christopher. I like douching on myself sometimes. Yeah, they're hanging out here too long, man. Way too long. Just explode, man. Man. That's 70 show. Not news related. It's never news related. If you're talking about a bounce, if you're talking about this right here, like this to this, that's not news related. The news related moves are up here. By news related, I mean they're just telling you what already people decided to buy for, like they knew before you did. That's what I truly believe. I think people know things before you. And I think they know down here. And then you're going to get the news to talk about it up here. And then you could see a lower high that breaks through over here and you can head down. And then the news will tell you it's bad down here. That's what I believe. You're really building down here, but I don't want to build down here. I would hope the job is done. You can still have that breakthrough moment. You just have to just wham. I literally, if we're gonna build down here, that's fine. But the worst thing you could see is like this. Like you want to see like wham, get past that. I think. I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm reading into it wrong. Terry's like not lying about the news. Oh God, 10-year auction. Oh God. The 10-year. Please, Lord. Can we have a good auction? Please? Well, the 2 hour, I mean, it's actually, the 30-minute was suggesting you're going to go down. We'll probably go down into this area. I don't think it's over, though. That doesn't mean any, that does not mean anything bearish for yields. That actually still means all bullish things. Pretty crazy. Okay, 2 hours still positive, guys. 2 hours still positive. I'm not giving up hope yet that this can't happen. Just a fucking boom. I'm not giving up hope yet. I think it's possible. Look, I think so. And then we're just going to push up into those sellers and then we're all going to die. Because we're losing them again, man. We're losing them again. You don't want that. Qs aren't losing it. I'm stuck with a 2-inch Punisher. That's a punishment for you. No. I like your hope, but we're still sitting on the edge. I agree with you. You're more likely to reject and turn down. Yes. You are more likely to just reject up in here and turn down. And you look at this. If you break the low now, then the selling's not done. Too many people buying calls this morning. No, we need you to short more. That's what the market maker's probably saying. Short more, guys. Come on now. Now you're going to be in that scenario, the megaphone scenario, which sucks. So you need a big move down to get down to here. Megaphone scenario is like this. Then you see if we can do something with that. Or other way, more likely, right? Boom, boom, Drop it. Oh yeah, I flip back and forth like every day, man. Like I used to say this in my videos all the time. It's bad to be a flip-flopper as a politician. It's probably the best thing to be a flip-flopper as a trader. Did we get, when's that, when did you say that auction was? It was the auction yesterday, kind of shit the bed, didn't it? Should I have the wrong dates? What, 10:30 for me, 11, so noon for you guys maybe? What's the 10-year tips auction? I don't know if I've ever even read that before. Looks like 10:30 and 10:30 for me, so 11:30 for a lot of you guys, I bet. Maybe 9:30 for some of you people who have to wake up super early. You lost the buyers for now. Yeah. Auction yesterday, bad. Auction today, good. Let me go grab something real quick. I'll be right back, 1 minute. Sorry, guys. Wifey needed me to check in about our schedule for the day. We're good now. Just have an impromptu store run. Man, we're really going down to the depths here. We are coming down into the first set of buyers, man. What the Qs do? Qs are still there, man. Qs are saying don't worry about it. Qs are just like, yeah, we're just doing our thing. We're just testing those buyers, getting them to soak in. That's what it looks like for now. It's just the SPY gave up a lot of the move. But like you do have that little like the shorter time frame, so you could definitely see the sellers, like you little day traders out there. You guys aren't little, you're big guys. Qs just don't lose. I don't know, man. You lose that 512.30. You make a new low, it's gonna be bad. So Qs need to hold here. I mean, they're still pumping. GME and AMC are going. They're kind of wicking out a little bit, kind of slowing down. I don't think you want it to slow down. Here, I'll do the short seller theory. Let's see here. AMC short sales. See what this shaped up to. Hey, it's ticking up again. It already spiked once. And it's not curling down. What about GME? Yeah, it's ticking up too, not curling down. Nobo says 575 by end of day. Confident. Confident, confident, confident. No, I need to go Qs. Qs are still there. So nothing to worry about here yet. Yeah, because this is a higher level here than right here, you want to just really see if those buyers step in here, and it can help you make a decision. Go look at VIX over here too. VIX continuing to make those lower highs on the 5-minute. We showed a little pathway down. Let's go down. See if we get another volatility spike at like, I don't know, like 19. If we can get down to 19, that's where I see the next volatility spike. All right, I'm gonna take the opposite of you, Thomas. Me and you. Theoretical purposes only. This is not how I'm going to trade this in any way, but I'm gonna say you said 3 trading sessions, so I get what, today, tomorrow, and Tuesday? Today, tomorrow, and Tuesday? I will say 600 will get tagged in the next 3 trading sessions. I'll take the opposite of you, Thomas. I'm not betting money on that, by the way. So just so you're aware, if you're betting money on it, I'm not betting money against you. I'm not willing to do that yet. Gentleman's bet. I don't even know what I could bet. Let me think. I could bet I don't even have anything to bet like with you guys. There goes up to the right. Sellers are future buyers. Yeah, that's pretty facts. Up and to the right. Isn't that what you want? Still believe market goes lower today. I think that's understandable. You have an argument for both. I think right now you're still like, hey, do we make a new low here? Bet a shout out. Level SQQ in 3 days, it could hit 576 and get to like 600. Anything's possible. That's actually, I mean, I wouldn't put it past it. Remember that one day where like Trump said like 2 sentences and the market pumped by 8%? I would say it depends on what you're considering. I think for the summer, I'm still bullish. I mean, right now you're in that bearish phase where like we're doing the sell in May and go away thing. So as of right now, I guess I'm bearish. 30-minute trend tells me to be bearish, but the 2 hours still there. It's like I could flip like tomorrow. I literally could flip tomorrow. I could flip today. I'm bullish into like July, but I'm bearish right now. I'm looking for that opportunity like right now to just like take calls like way like fucking 6-10 calls for July, like midway July or end of July, or even like August if the pricing's right, and then just ride that. I'd probably have to do more extended time than that. Probably have to do like reach out to September. Well, this is a monster candle for GME. 8%. Whoa! Whoa, did we break through levels for GME? Whoa! Wait a second. Oh shit, I deleted IWM's numbers. Can I? Aha, I got it back. Don't worry. We're good. We're good. We didn't fuck up all of my freaking spread sheets over here. GME needs to break through 30.47. We are at 30.32. You are about to tap your head into 30.47. 30.47 is the critical level for GME. AMC, for right now, AMC's critical level is going to be 3.35. GME 30.47. 30.47 for GME would say, hey, possibly a decision-making area. You are there pretty much right now. So it means, hey, if you still have a lot of if you own the stock and you're playing options sometimes, you got a good option here. This is a decision-making area where you say, hey, do I want to take my money and run? Do I want to take some money and leave some on the table? Or do I want to hedge against this in some way? Those are the three things I like to do around weekly expected moves. And you guys know me, a lot of the time I'm a take full profit, but for GME and AMC, I understand if you're being a DJ, and I get it. That's the best it's looked, so I wouldn't beat you up for it. Just make sure if you're doing something like, hey, I'm holding on to it for a mega squeeze, watch that position size. If it's more than you're comfortable with, if it would ruin not your whole life, but ruin a weekend, then it's too much money. All right, I want to be clear about that. As GME hits that weekly expected move, okay, this is decision time. For it to go up, higher, or lower. So 30.47 is this. So do you see what we're doing around this weekly expected move? You see how we get there and then we just fool around and we probably get like a bounce, right? GME is the same thing. It's just all the way up here. So GME is like this. Bam, right now. And that means that this can be resistance. What I call this, for especially for things like GME, is the battle zone. This is going to be your battle zone. Bulls, bears, bulls, bears, bulls, bears. What you want to see is bulls just wipe that shit out. You want to see like, oh, remain up here and wipe that out. If the bears win and you even retrace the move, they're going to be ready for it the next time. And if they're not ready for it the next time, what do you look for? A higher high, a higher high, a higher high. You never want to lose the previous low. Yeah, that's what GME is. GME is the opposite of SPY right now. GME is here, saying decision-making area. But I understand. I just like to tell people like, hey, if the position size is too big, the position size is too big, okay? Just the way you know that is just be like, hey, if I lost this money today, would I be a little pissed off this weekend? Like, would I not be able to go hang out with my friends this weekend and do something fun? Okay, then that's way too much money. It's usually very quick. I'll show you guys some of the decision-making areas for GME. Ready? You want to see the last decision-making area? You ready for it? It's right here. So what do you look for here for this to go down? You look for reversal signals. If you see up here at the top, not flat, not necessarily even down on the RSI. Look at, or not necessarily even down on the MACD, and look still what happened. Boom. Why? The RSI, divergence. Do you have that right now? No. Are you worried about divergence right now? No. You're hoping this continues, and these buyers are in control right now. So you could literally see this go up, 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 back all the way down, 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 back up, 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 and you just want to see new high. You don't want to see lower high. Right? And divergence just means what? Pay attention if that drops down, confirms, because that is very likely to break the previous low. All right, so what you want is, if this happens, what you want is this. You want that. You don't want this at all. You just want up if that happens. The better thing to do for GME right now is just win the fucking battle, right? Let's put that so it's at the right level, right? Win this battle. Look at this. Wham. It's like cents away. So right here was one that I remember. Right here was one that I remember. Right here was one that I remember. Do you see how bad things can happen from there? Right here's one, right? You want to see a really bad one? Right here was a monthly and a weekly at the same time. So what's the monthly say for GME, right? Let's see where that thing is. About $33. So your monthly has some room here. Your monthly battle isn't until you get up to here, $33. So right now you're going to have a weekly battle, and I would look out for reversal signals on a 30-minute chart, because if those show up, it's probably not the moment. If they don't show up and you just scream higher, right? That's the only way to know. It has to scream higher. AMC doing good things. Once again, though, is this good? It said I want to go higher, but if this rolls right now and falls down, is that good? No, that's a lower high. You want this, you gave up a lot here to get back into these buyers. You wanted this to go wham. So then you can reach for these buyers, and then you go wham. Then you can reach for these buyers, then you go wham. And you never confirm the divergence by breaking the previous low. You have to hold price. This is very good. This is an area where it can get a little sketchy. Hey, there you go. I don't like the SPY giving up this entire bar. I don't like the SPY looking like it wants to make a new low here. Qs are still holding, so you have a chance where the SPY makes a low, right? But the Qs make a higher low. But as you're doing this, you're going, oh God, we're just wiping out all those buyers. You don't want to wipe out all these buyers. Big problem. Very cool. I like the plays right now. Yeah, now your 510 is probably open. Now your 580 is definitely open. Actually, let's lose the low first. Let's not get too excited. Because you can come test this low. It just depends if this is higher. So if you start to go lower, you look for reactions up, but you could just tear down. I think if you're going to go to 577, you got to tear down here. You got to tear. And then go boom, boom. Get down there by like end of day maybe, or by like 2 o'clock, or like an hour, like power hour. Maybe you take your time with it. Not losing the low just yet. GME major resistance off of that level. Normally you want to see it in regular trading hours. That's why people saying like 580 was tagged. I know we've looked at futures sometimes to see where those buyers are at and those gaps, but for the most part, you want to see it in the right in front of you. Like you want to see it happen in front of you. You think a quick one down? It's very possible. You're literally in the line, at the line in the sand, the wick. You're literally at the line in the sand. And GME just super resisted off of that level. GME, when we shouted that out, has already lost 2.8%. Crazy. Yeah, I want to see if this break. It needed to break. It needed a big move up. This is a problem. This is your line in the sand. Literally, this wick. This wick right here is the only hope you have left for bulls until we see lower prices. And all you have to do to see lower prices is just like fail one move up, like a 1 minute move up. Damn, GME like super resisted off that. Come on. Do the thing. It needs to do the thing. Let's look at Qs. Qs are still fine, man. Qs are still just perfectly fine. Qs are fine. They just came into the block. So I'm paying attention to all this, right? Do you see how once you get to the wick, it starts to get real scary? But top of the zone would be nice. This bar would have been nicer. Like this would have been the launch pad. Digging down a little deeper is okay. But now you can see that extended move, like get above the daily expected move, and then just reject from any of these sellers. Kind of more than corrective, though. Boom it, baby. IWM moved to 204. IWM at least needs to show you a high above here and a high above here. So yeah, 204 would be a good level. 204 is where it wants to get to for now. I would say like 204.50 is where it really wants to get to. I don't know if that's necessarily a trade setup. I think this one could be. As you make the higher low, this one could be right now. This could be the move to try to get to 588.45 soon. It might take its time, right? Oh my gosh, yes, Richard, yes! Now you're gonna make some money. No, no loss of the low just yet. Came into the wick. This is the first inclination of like, hey, we're not gonna lose that low. The desperation, Richard. Who gifted the subs? Oh, you know we're going live today though, Richard. We're not going down today, so we're going live today, right? For GME. Not in my opinion, no. I don't know enough about, what he does over there, but from what I've seen, no. But if he helps you, he helps you. It just depends on if you see it reflected in your trading at all. Right? Are you changing your bad habits based on watching him? That's kind of what I would say. I won't talk badly with I would say allegedly with little information. With what I've seen, my opinion is no. Do you see us moving up today? Yes. If for at least a retest, if not a build back. Oh yeah, I think he's fun. I think he's unique. I used to turn him on for my daughter because he used to do the music and like drawings and stuff like that. Like not charting at all. My daughter liked the Run, Jimmy Run, or whatever it is. SPY still positive, Q still positive. Are we gonna get that positive day that the VIX is calling? Remember VIX? Up by 16%. Yeah, when my daughter would cry, that's one of the only things that would make her stop crying when she was like I guess not necessarily like newborn, but I'd say like when she was like 6 months old. Watching K point because you're yes, Richard, yes. Oh, I'm sorry, Robin. Nope. No GP here. Some people want to just watch the world burn. It's true. Some people do for money. It's we live that, man. You live that right now. Some people want to watch the world burn for what? Money, power. It's true. Facts. When can we see Apple up again? Very soon, I think. Didn't make a new low. That's probably good. I still think you got to watch out for this guy, but anywhere in here is good. I would like to tap into that guy. I would like to still see another rejection. Build up. Reject off. I think that would be nice. If we do this, bam, big rip, we're going to use those buyers again. So rejection from here. Ooh, bad. But a massive squeeze up to here. Pretty good. Let's see here. Nice. All right, squeeze it, baby. Let's go. We tested the exact low, so you have to squeeze it now. Apple's kind of hard to tell. I mean, I think you could at least see that move to go retest those buyers if you see good things from the 5 minute. Just look at 5 minutes, see if it makes a new high and you get a retest, you know? If you're looking for a little trade there. If you're looking for a summer rally and you just want to be like invested for a bit, I mean, cheaper prices is always the way to go. Bow chicka wow wow, what you want to say? All right, 10:05. God dang it. I feel like I need to try to figure out how to extend a little longer on these live shows. I got to take off, guys, but we're looking for this to beat that high, try to get up into that area where we're retesting. So I got to hop off real quick. I hope you guys had a good time. I got to go like right now. All right, peace out. Yeah, sorry for doing it all of a sudden. I just looked at the time. I'm like, I got to go. I got to change. I'll be back on later today, though. Okay, guys? I'll talk to you guys later. I start for pretty much right when Power Hour starts, I start. Okay? See you guys.